the head of state of Ethiopia. You have the floor.
Joao Lawrence, President of Republic of Angola, Excellency Tedro Obiang Nguema Mbasango, President of the Republic of Equatorial Guinea, Excellency Mustafa Ki Mohammed, Chairperson of the African Union Commission, Excellencies, Ministers, Heads of Delegations, ladies and gentlemen. Please allow me to express our heartfelt gratitude to the government and people of the Republic of Equatorial Guinea for the warm reception and hospitality accorded. The humanitarian situation is a concerning development for Africa that requires our collective response. The Horn of Africa sub-region in particular is among the most affected by the recent climate change-induced humanitarian crisis. This year, some parts of Ethiopia were hit by one of the worst droughts in years, resulting in the loss of livestock and displacement of people. Nevertheless, the government's early response and national efforts undertaken to enhance the effectiveness of disaster risk management in collaboration with the support of partners have helped to reduce the overall socio-economic impacts. Lessons from our past experiences of recurrent droughts in the Horn of Africa region have shown us that stronger preventive measures are critical. Recognizing that humanitarian crisis in Ethiopia has largely been intensified by climate change and environmental degradation, we have put in place several policy institutional measures with mitigation and adaptive programs that are at the center of our endeavors. Under the country's Green Legacy Initiative, Ethiopia has succeeded in mobilizing the public to engage in planting billions of trees every year. In this regard, I would like to affirm that Ethiopia commits to keep the momentum created thus far in the coming years to rehabilitate parts of our country impacted by the effect of climate change and environmental degradation. In addition, as part of Ethiopia's homegrown economic reform plan, the Ethiopian government has also embarked on undertaking encouraging agricultural reform measures centered on ensuring food security. This is being undertaken by harnessing our own resources and local experience through cluster farming and irrigation-based lowland wheat production. Excellencies, we are also cognizant that the unfortunate humanitarian situation in the northern part of Ethiopia is improving significantly. Even under the severe socio-economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic and recent hike in global inflation, Ethiopia has intensified its effort towards provision of humanitarian assistance to millions of affected by the conflict, including displaced persons. I wish to state that Ethiopia commits to continue to consolidate the indefinite unilateral humanitarian truce and other confidence-building measures with a view to ensure unhindered humanitarian assistance reach those in need in Tigray, Afar, and Amhara regions. In spite of this internal challenge, Ethiopia continues to fulfill its international obligations through its tradition of welcoming refugees and migrants. Currently, as part of our open door policy, we are hosting close to 1 million refugees and asylum seekers, which is the third largest in Africa. In addition, we are engaged in repatriating thousands of Ethiopian returnees from Saudi Arabia. As a country that is a source, transit, and destination of migrants, the financial burden Ethiopia continues to shoulder has significantly risen. Despite this, the government of Ethiopia commits to continue maintaining its open door policy for refugees and asylum seekers. Excellencies, while we commend the important progress achieved in the process of advancing the establishment of the African Union Humanitarian Agency, I would like to underscore the need to ensure that the agency is anchored on regional and national mechanisms, which operates on principles of Pan-Africanism and African shared values as stipulated in Agenda 2063. In concluding, strengthening humanitarian response programs requires a huge amount of resources, which cannot be fulfilled without the partnership and cooperation of the international community. I take this opportunity to call upon our partners to elevate their financial assistance to address gaps in the provision of humanitarian services to all those affected in Africa. I thank you.